Why should it matter which real estate agent you hire? You want to stay on and watch. If you find this content valuable, you want to hit subscribe and the bell notification so you don't miss future videos. Do you know how many licensed real estate agents are available for your choosing? Here are some big numbers for you. In the entire United States, there are 1,548,058 licensed real estate agents as of January 2023. In California, there are 202,970 licensed real estate agents just in the state of California. Those are big numbers, aren't they? Well, how do you know which real estate agent to choose to work for you, to serve you, to represent you in your home selling and your home buying, regardless of what areas you're in? According to the National Association of Realtors, there is a code of ethics that all licensed real estate agents should abide by. Now, do they all follow the rules? I mean, do all people follow the rules? You know, that's the question that I will leave to you to break down, decipher, discern, whatever the big words may be. But I will tell you this, you can go to the National Association of Realtors website and actually look this up. And as a matter of fact, I will post the link at the bottom of this video so you can read it yourself. But there's a thing called Fiduciary Duty. Actually, in all of the California Association of Realtor documentations, whether you're representing the seller or the buyer, and I explained this to my clients, it's spelled out in black and white. We, as the agent hired by our clients, have a fiduciary responsibilities to serve our clients. And what does that really mean? That means we need to do what is in the best interest of our clients, not what's in the best interest of ourselves, our family, not as what's in the best interest of our lender, our affiliate partners. It's what's in the best interest of the clients. And you know, it's interesting because the more you focus on something, I've learned, the more it keeps surfacing. So lately, literally in the past 3 weeks, I have had to use that word to really clarify what my role is to several parties involved. I'm not going to go into details because that's confidentiality, but I have had to use that word to really clarify what my role is in that particular moment. And I have had to say to them, I said, you know, my fiduciary responsibility is with my client. I have to do what's in the best interest of my clients. What that really means in you know, everyday language terms is I gotta have my clients back. Who else would be looking out for my client's interest, right? And that's why the client would choose to trust you as a trusted advisor, right? That's another term when you're a real estate agent. I take pride in that personally, to be the trusted advisor, to be that trusted resource that my client could come to and know that I will give them the feedback that would best support their needs in their particular situation. And that's really important because sometimes you don't make other people happy. And, you know, let's face it, you can't make everybody happy. The people that should be pleased with the outcome at the end of the transaction should be your client who says, you know what? You had my back and you looked out for me and you took care of our family. And that's really how I think, not just real estate, but really if you're in a service industry, that's how the client should feel at the end of the day. Don't you think? I'd love to hear your comment below of what your thoughts are and what experiences you might have had about this. So fiduciary responsibility, I'm going to read this out to you. Loyalty. A duty of loyalty is one of the most fundamental fiduciary duties owed by an agent to his principal. This duty obligates a real estate broker to act at all times solely in the best interests of his principal to the exclusion of all other interests, including the broker's own self-interest. A corollary of this duty of loyalty is a duty to avoid steadfastly any conflicts of interest that might compromise or dilute the broker's undivided loyalty to his principal's interests. Thus, a real estate broker's duty of loyalty prohibits him from accepting employment from any person whose interests compete with or are adverse to his principal interests. Another important element of a fiduciary duty that a real estate agent has to the client is confidentiality. I cannot stress that enough. So for example, I live in a small city and I have many clients who are residing in the city of American Canyon. It's a really small town. I mean, we're talking 22,000 people. In most cases, and somebody was just talking about this the other day, most people, like somebody knows somebody in this town, right? I mean, that's typical of a small town. And it's really important, and I take pride in this, that I don't discuss any of my client situation with anyone. And they could be mutual friends, and we're all mutual friends, and somebody might come up to me and say, hey, what's going on with so-and-so's house? When is it going to go on the market? I don't discuss that. And what's going on in their situation, why are they selling? Those are confidential information that I will not discuss with anyone, even though it's a friend of mine. Because my job, my fiduciary responsibility is to protect the privacy of my clients. Sometimes how I would respond to that is, I mean, it's not because I don't know, and that would be a lie if I told them, no, I really don't know when it's gonna come on the market. I don't know why they're selling. Like that, come on, right? So what I would normally say is, that's a great question. I'm not, you know what? You know the seller, you're more than welcome to ask them directly, but I'm not able to divulge the information to you. And I say that respectfully and professionally. I think it's really important, and sometimes it doesn't get the value that it deserves, and it gets downplayed. I think it's really important to protect the client's confidentiality and their private matters. Just imagine if it was your business and you're selling or buying or whatever you're doing within your family. It's a big family decision, right? A real estate decision. And you walk down the street and you heard the private information that you only shared with your spouse or within your family and your agent, and it's being talked about, or so-and-so came and told you that they heard about your situation. How would you feel? So I think it's really important that the real estate agent, takes the confidentiality, client privilege information very seriously. Confidentiality. An agent is obligated to safeguard his principal's confidence and secrets. A real estate broker, therefore, must keep confidential any information that might weaken his principal's bargaining position if it were revealed. This duty of confidentiality precludes a broker representing a seller from disclosing to a buyer that the seller can or must sell this property below the listed price. Conversely, a broker representing a buyer is prohibited from disclosing to a seller that the buyer can or will pay more for a property that has been offered. So there you have it. And that's just one of the few fiduciary duties that a real estate agent has once they're hired to represent their client, whether they're seller or buyer. I hope this information is helpful to you. Again, the link to this National Association of Realtors article is right below this video. Feel free to email me or reply to this email that you receive if you have any questions or comments, and I would love to hear your comment below this video. Thanks for watching.